Hi, welcome to KartTV. I'm Nils Schneider, and today I'm going to show you my favorite way of making pancakes. Okay, so first things first, what I have is I have some sifted all-purpose flour here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna add it straight into the bowl. It's crucial that we add all of our dry ingredients firstly before we start mixing all of our wet. And we really wanna make sure that everything is well incorporated. So in here, I've got my salt, I've got my sugar, and I also have my baking powder. We're gonna give that a good whisk. And right here I have my milk. We're gonna add that first. And we can just kind of dump it right in. And we wanna mix this all together firstly. It'll start to build up into a paste. And right where we're about 3/4 of the way, that's where I like to add in my eggs. And now these are lightly beaten. And they're gonna go right in. Now the reason why I mix about 3/4 of the way and then I add my eggs is we don't want to overmix the milk because then it'll just start to create clumps that are really hard to push out after. If we add in a little bit more liquid from the eggs firstly, then it'll all come together smooth in the last final whisk here. Making sure that when we're doing this, we're mixing the sides well. And we just really want to make sure we get rid of those clumps. When we're cooking them, we don't want to get these pockets of little raw flour, and that's why we sift the flour firstly as well. All right, so now that it's pretty much come together, what I've gone ahead and done is I've melted some butter, and then we're gonna slowly add in our butter. Now the reason why we add in our butter very slowly is because this is still warm and we don't want it to start to congeal and create kind of chunks of butter in the mixture. It will melt out later, but then it will create kind of like these weird pockets in your pancakes. So now that our mixture is nicely tempered with the butter, we are good to go. So this is our base to our pancakes. Today we're gonna do 3 types. The only difference is just how we're mixing in each thing. So today I've got blueberries, I've got our standard chocolate chip, and a very classic, the banana pancake. All right, so to show you guys all 3, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna separate this batter into 3 separate bowls. This recipe should make about 12 to 14 pancakes, depending on how large you make them. I mean, it could make 4 or 5 really big ones if you prefer it that way. Okay, so we've separated our mixture into 3 bowls. We're gonna do our 3 styles. The first one, we'll just add in our chocolate chips. We'll go with some blueberries. The key with this is we wanna keep them whole and then they'll start to blister in the pan. All right, so then you can either cut your bananas into chunks or you can just do little slices like I'm gonna do. And we just fold. Now again, the blueberry one, it has to be the most gentle because these will burst. So we just want to very gently fold them into our mixture. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it to a medium-high heat. We just want to add a little bit of cooking oil, high temp, just enough to coat the pan. So now that our pan is nice and hot, our oil is dancing, we're going to go in with our first pancake. We'll choose banana this time here. Now if it doesn't completely lift off from the spoon, you can always use a little bit of a spatula to help you. We're going to go with some big pancakes today. The key to a good pancake is you want to just start to see these bubbles coming around the sides. It's not so dire in the middle. We just want to make sure that there's enough strength in the pancake itself to actually be flipped. So at this point, you can go ahead and flip it. Give it about 30 more seconds on this side. You can always flip it over to check. That looks pretty good to me. And now that the pan is tempered, we just want to lower that heat way down, and then we're going to go right into our chocolate chip here. I find the biggest key with cooking pancakes is the balance of heat. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're constantly juggling the heat and making sure that, you know, you're not going too high, you're not going too low, but you're really keeping an eye on that. And you never want to walk away from when you're cooking these. You can see the bubbles are starting to form a little bit. Now this pancake itself is a little bit darker than I want. I kind of want to go for this nice golden brown. Lastly, I'll show you guys the blueberry. Now this is the most delicate of them all. We really just want to make sure that when we're scooping, we're not forcing the ladle into there. We're just being very, very gentle. And you can see that there's no streaks in my batter. I'm being very careful and very gentle with the blueberries. I'm not smashing the spoon into them. You can really see with this how much easier it is when you have a non-stick. There's nothing pushing or pulling when I'm trying to move it around. You know, you have a nice amount of oil in the pan. It's just so much easier this way. All right, so our bubbles are forming. We're gonna go for the flip, okay? And I'm just gonna continue cooking these and I'll check in with you guys in a second. All right, so I finished cooking all my pancakes. Now it's time to enjoy. Thanks for tuning in to KartTV. This is my favorite way of doing pancakes. See you next time.